Did you know that today's biggest selling point on the phone market isn't the camera or the battery life, but seamless integration? Brands build the entire ecosystems around you, hoping you'll buy every gadget in their world. But that convenience comes with a price. Hello everyone, I'm Ale and this is AF Tech. Today we'll see whether locking yourself into a single ecosystem is worth it, or if it's better to diversify. On July 1st, Nothing launched the Phone 3, with a lot of hype and even a nickname from MKBHD calling it the Lobster Phone. But beneath the buzz, some design and tech choices raised eyebrows. Let's dig deeper. The criticism on the Nothing Phone 3 was actually the USB 2 port that allows no desktop mode on Android 16 and transfer speed capped at 40 MB per second instead of 400 MB per second of the USB-C 3.1. They put a static glyph matrix on the back, replacing the famous glyph interface that Nothing introduced with the previous phones, and they focused more on design than their initial goal. Actually, fans weren't upset about the design or the price. They knew they were making a strange phone at a price of about $800 to be on a flagship phone. They were upset because Nothing Phone 3 actually lost the Nothing personality, becoming a competing phone with S25 and iPhone 16, but with less performance and flair. Nothing's original goal actually was to make a phone that felt unique. The glyph interface gives you quick notifications, but replacing it with a static back matrix misses that philosophy entirely. Instead of using, as Nothing stated before, the glyph interface that focused on lower the interaction of the user with the phone, they got a matrix to have mini games like spinning the bottle, rock, paper, scissors, and a built-in timer, increasing device interaction by the customer. Nothing's original goal was to make a phone that felt unique. The glyph interface gave you quick notifications, but replacing it with the static back matrix misses that philosophy entirely. Instead of using a Nothing said before the glyph interface that focused in lowering the interaction of the user with the phone, they got the matrix to have minigames like spin the bottle, rock, paper, scissors, and a built-in timer, increasing device interaction by the customer. And here is a quick perspective. If you want to opt out from the Nothing environment, you actually may be both already a watch or even CMF earbuds. And if you want to change entirely ecosystem, so replacing even earbuds and the watch, you are losing almost $100 of accessories. Too much. Actually, now it's Google's turn. The Pixel 10 series arrived at August 28th, and to control the narrative, Google leaked their phone themselves. But how does it stack up? The Pixel 10 will feature a 50 megapixel main camera, a 48 megapixel telephoto, and a 48 megapixel ultra-wide, matching last year's oval camera bump of the Pixel 9. As a processor, they are using the new Tensor G5, which delivers a 20% boost in AI tasks, but is still behind the Snapdragon 8 Elite, especially in raw CPU and GPU benchmarks. The display is where Pixel 10 series shines. They're using an LTPO technology from 1 to 120 Hz with up to 3000 nits as a peak brightness. The storage is the real problem. 128 GB for the base models, pushing you to actually subscribe to their Google Photos, Google One and Google Drive, with the battery of 4500 mAh. But this comes at a price. The price estimate is actually $900 for the Pixel 10 128 GB and $1100 for the Pixel 10 Pro 128 GB. At first glance, it's actually a solid spec sheet, but the real question is whether those numbers justify the ecosystem lock-in. Let's break down the perks and the pitfalls. Ecosystem offers seamless sync, unified support and cross-app continuity. Start an email in your phone and you finish it in Gmail on your laptop, or have your Nest thermostat adjust automatically when you leave home. But there's a flip side. high lock-in costs, hiding data migration headaches, lost app purchases, incompatible accessories, and monthly subscription fees. Let's quantify the impact of this. Here is a table that we made to actually know better what are the problems with locking in an ecosystem. For example, with the benefit of seamless device synchronization in calls, messages, media flow access across devices, there are problems with data transfer restrictions, for example, migrating from Android to Apple. And you have actually a unified customer support, one help desk for all the products, but you have some problems if the company changes their view and you want to opt out from that ecosystem. And with the cross-app continuity from your phone to your PC or from your phone to your watch, actually you can start on one device and resume to another, but it's still ecosystem locked. And with exclusive features and services, for example AirDrop, Samsung Dex, Fast Pair and Nest automations for Pixels, you are still ecosystem locked. And here's the framework I use before every upgrade. Keep this on your radar and save yourself buyer's remorse. First of all, device inventory. List all your current gadgets, phones, tablets, watches, earbuds, and home devices. Then, calculate all the total spend on brand-specific charger, cases, docks, headphones, and so on. Think about data migration feasibility. Check if you can export or import photos, messages, and settings without losing content. Then, subscription fees. Tally recurring cost for cloud storage, apps and services, for example Google Drive, Google One, or maybe iCloud. And then, think about performance versus price. Benchmark your top contenders and think if performance is your way or if you want seamless integration. Tick 3 or more and you're heavily locked in your ecosystem. 2 or fewer and you have got room to choose actually. Before thinking I'm hating on brands, actually I own a Pixel 8 Pro and the CMF Buds Pro 2. And I love it. It's a clean interface, it has Gemini Nano inside that is phenomenal, and the photos are incredible. But still, the device encourages me to lock in, spending $300 for a Pixel watch and $150 for some buds to have the best integration possible. And actually, these devices are great, but I don't want to lock myself in a system that is too difficult to opt out at any time. Seamless integration can be a dream, or a glided cage. If convenience and a single password rule your life, embrace the ecosystem. But if you are thirsty to be in best class specs and freedom, mix brands and keep your option open. Will you lock yourself or do you want to explore? Drop your pick and why in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, hit like and subscribe and ring the bell. I'm Ale and this was TechByAF. I'll see you in the next one.